EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this San Antonio team as they enter play. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visiting San Antonio Ball Club, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it...
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Richards firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Richards. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6. What an exciting time here in this great city. Of course, it's no stranger to big-time sports. They've had the NBA team here, but now a relocation franchise in the NFL. And these fans, they could not be more excited for what it's going to mean for this city. It's just going to be a great source of civic pride here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Off the play fake. Richards. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Richards steps away, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll drop the throw. This is complete to Hawkins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hawkins. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the San Antonio first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. McKinney, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
7 yards there and a first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Second down and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. In motion, the tight end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
And you can tell early they're going to look his way quite a bit, and he made himself available on that one.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Again, it's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Back to throw. Richards able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Hawkins. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
From the 38 now, here's second and a yard.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
2nd and 15. He finds his man, complete. It's Morrison. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Richards.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards, the final tally. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Richards over the middle, complete. That's Patton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Morrison. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to throw. Richards He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Looking to throw. Richards. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 5.
They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Hawkins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. So the left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. 5 plays there on that drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. Morrison. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richards. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Richards.
Quick completion here to Johnson.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Throwing to start the drive. Richards. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Operating from the gun, Richards.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Richards. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hawkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour of the trip up to Toronto, Canada, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 31-24, the final score. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. 38-24 was the final. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On first down, it's McKinney, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Third down and 13.
Looking to throw. That is caught, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll run on first down. McKinney, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So first and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. It's McKinney, and he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He gets it complete to Jackson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they'll run again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Back to throw. Richards. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage.
Well, touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's McKinney, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Right back to him on first down. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Second and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Up the middle they go. McKinney. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back out comes San Antonio. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still first down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Looking to throw. Nugent. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Operating from the gun, Richards. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Past the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Richards. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Patton the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Richards. And the catch made. It's Patton. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Looking to throw. Richards. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Back to throw. Richards. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Morrison. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 11, a minute 51 on the clock. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morrison. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they take a knee. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring,